Mr. Dan Clem, everybody.
What's going on, boss?
How about you?
Not much.
So Dan was going to come over after work today, but had a little snooze. Oh yeah, watch the paint there, eh?
More than a little.
But hey, at least you showed.
That's getting old. So what do we got today?
So, the intake. Figured drill between these two holes is where it'll clear.
Okay.
And I noticed the wall's pretty thin. Do you think like a bung should be welded on that or what?
Yeah, it is pretty thin.
Because unfortunately the rat hose comes over there.
Yeah.
Set up. And the sensor, it doesn't go down deep enough over here, so it's
Right.
not getting a good temperature.
Yeah.
Or do we just drill it and see what happens?
Well, they'll drill it, and if it is a little thin, maybe if we get a bung, put that in there. It is thin. I'll figure it out.
Okay. Talk to Uncle Fred.
Yeah. Even maybe if I drill through and then it's kind of like thin, just get him to make a few passes, build it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or he'll have a piece, right?
Yeah.
Put a piece in there and that's it done, right?
Do you want to take the sensor out to see what it looks like? How deep it is?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. Okay, what size is that? It's probably like 9/16.
It's gonna be, it's 3/4 of an inch. That's that sensor on
That's
the top.
small one? Really?
Yeah, that's 3/4 and that's 7/8.
Okay.
Don't bust it off, eh? Or bust your window.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be funny? At least we'd have it on video. Oh, did I get my shirt on? Oh no, I didn't. Good. Sweet. So yeah, like that sensor. So you know, even at the thickness of that wall, that sensor's almost perfect. Bring you folks in for a closer look.
You do want this in the coolant, right?
Yeah.
Instead of like
Where it's up in like
where
no
it's
man's
up in
land.
no man's land. Yeah. So really, like, it's a 1/4 inch thick, right?
Yeah, which is probably what.
It's probably just perfect. I'll tap it, and then we'll go from that. Then we'll look at it and go from
Okay,
there.
if it
right?
leaks, then we talk to Uncle Fred.
That's right. But most likely it's not going to leak.
Okay.
It's NPT threads. It's
Yeah, well, the same with the head. I
Yeah.
got that sensor in the side of the
Oh,
head.
yeah.
It's leaking.
We got to tap it a little bit deeper.
With the head?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll just run my tap in there a little bit farther, make the hole a little bit bigger so the sensor goes in a little bit farther. Right?
Okay. Because on the there, I got the on that passenger side there, I got one down in there,
Yeah.
and it's still leaking. Even that plug leaked. Even after
Even after all that work.
all that work you did, I didn't do anything. Oh, I left the gaskets on to see if you wanted to take a look.
They're still perfect, eh?
No, they're not actually. On the passenger side towards the front there, you can see where
this one here?
Yeah, where it's failing there.
Oh, yeah, at the water.
And then it cracked at the back over there.
Yeah.
I left the gaskets on because I didn't know whether you think it may be worth porting the heads or... And the reason why I'm asking Dan all these questions is he's the mastermind behind this motor. Nobody touches this motor but Dan. That way, if something happens, I can always go back to Dan and he knows the history. So, let's get back to Dan. You want a flashlight?
No.
I didn't bother cleaning anything of that yet.
Everything looks normal for like a street-driven engine, right? There's nothing that's jumping out at you saying something's wrong or...
Remember that? Oh yeah, I brought up to you about the gunk on those valves. Here, let me get you a flashlight. Dan is gone. Here, let me get you a bright flashlight.
Blind.
Yeah, sorry, Dan, didn't mean to give that to you right in the. Oh, you want a Coke or anything?
A little bit later.
Okay.
That's normal.
Oh, that's fine. I just wondered because you remember how this thing went through almost 2 years of constant flooding, eh?
Yeah. That's why you have a little bit of buildup of carbon in there, and it's probably from that. And it's not like you put a lot of miles on it after you fixed all the problems, right?
No, not much at all.
That looks good.
I haven't touched anything else yet.
Oh, she looks good. How many miles we got on this now?
Oh,
Since we
jeez.
built it.
I think since we built it, probably 2 grand, maybe.
Yeah.
About 1,000 a year.
1,000 a year. Yeah.
I could look it up if you really want to know the
Oh,
exact
it's
number.
not, I don't need to know exactly. I just ballpark.
I don't know. I get really nervous of this motor. I don't know why. I just look for a reason to pull it apart. Eh?
Yeah, spend money.
This way I can keep Dan employed.
Yeah. Keep me busy.
And the Omega, it runs perfect. Still perfect. Like almost 200 passes on it. So Dan is just left with the intake. He's going to work his magic on it. And probably in a couple days, whenever he gets it done, we'll be back. We'll put mean green back together. Maybe fire it up. We'll see. Apparently there's a storm coming. So we could be in for some snow first weekend of March. So we could be in for up to 20 to 30 centimeters of snow. But it's like I always say, I'll wait to see it to believe it. Because weathermen, you can't predict the weather 2 hours from now. Never mind trying to tell me in a week from now that we're going to have a blizzard. So we'll wait and see what happens with the weather. Maybe we'll be able to fire the Nova up early once we get it back together and get everything set up so that when the roads are dry, we'll be ready.